Big up Gunnaz Podcast.
The Gunnaz Podcast.
All right, people, we're back with another episode of the Gunnaz Podcast. But today is not focused on Arsenal; it's focused on Liverpool. Yeah, Jurgen's club last season in a Liverpool. I mean, so he claims. I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to be back next season. But, anyways, we'll have Yaya and Jerome here. Thank you guys for coming so much. And you know, if as Dicanio would tell me to do, if you like the video, like it, subscribe, comment, and share. It really helps us out. Follow us at 876 Gunners on Instagram and TikTok. And if you're feeling so generous, buy us a coffee. The link will be in the description below. Okay, boys, what are you thinking? Yeah, give me your thoughts.
I feel like it'll be an interesting game. We've seen the last 5 matches where it's been equal, right? 2 wins on both ends and then a tie. I feel like this should be the tiebreaker. Let's see which of the teams. But yeah, I won't say much for now. Let me hear what Jeremy has to say.
I'm really looking forward to this game. And a lot of Liverpool fans that I've been speaking with, they are worried about the fact that we don't have our full strength team. We have a few players injured. We have a few players that we know are guaranteed, won't be available for the game. So Alisson is one of the key players we know won't be available. Trent is another one. But players like Nunes and Salah are expected to be back. The question is about their match sharpness. So this game against Manchester City, for me, I think it's a title decider. I know there is a lot of football to be played after this game, but it is the title decider. I think whoever wins this one is going to win the title. And, I've been on this show and I've been telling people that I still don't believe that Arsenal are in it with us. I've seen the results, I've seen the goals, I've seen it. But I just think Arsenal have been very, very good in the league this season, but I just think they're just a little bit behind Liverpool and Man City. So I think the real race to the end is going to be between Man City and Liverpool, and this match is going to be decisive. We have to win. Simple as that.
It's not about us this week. Jerome knows my thoughts, but I understand where he's coming from. But our current form, as good as it is, it's worrying for me because I'd want it to be a little bit later down. Still, like I know from last season, it came really, really early, and now we're in the middle. But I'm just worried about how consistent we can keep it. So it's fair. But yeah, okay. So I wanted to get into Anfield because it's a home game. For me, you guys have no excuse. The Anfield Curse is there, right? The Anfield and Keller here is on form, right? Connor Bradley is madly top, right? So I want to know, Jerome, what do you think? Do you think that Anfield and the 12th man will make a difference in this game?
Yeah, I think it's a key for this game, especially with the fact that we won't have our full strength team. I think Anfield is a key. I think that we know that recently there was a project done to have more seats in the stands, and another section has been opened, so we have a lot more fans in. Anfield will be out for this game, and I think it's going to be the key. Will Man City be able to handle it? I mean, there are questions about the team that will be out. Will the team be strong enough on the day? What I've learned about this Liverpool team is that no matter who is playing, don't write them off. Because we showed Chelsea that we don't really need our full, strong starting team. Because Liverpool is that team that we do things with fight. We fight for what we want. We have that level of desire that we need to get through. And I think that is going to be important. And for us, the manager, the players will know that we have to win this game. Everybody will go into this game knowing that we can't draw and we certainly can't lose. We have to win. And the fact that we're at home, Man City's record against us at Anfield hasn't been great. And a lot of the times when Man City have to come to Anfield, it's usually either early in the season or Man City are already on top. But no, Man City are behind us. So they are doing the chasing now because we're at the top of the league. Can Man City handle that pressure of trying to chase us down. We still have about, after this game, we have about 10, 11 games after the season. And all of us have some tough fixtures coming up after this one. So the situation is a little bit different because usually by this time, Man City are the ones on top and we're the ones chasing. But the season is ending. We still have some few games to play. And if you look at it, we're the ones on top and Man City are still chasing. So Man City, we know that they have to win this game. And we will know that we have to win this game to extend that gap. So yeah, it's going to be very important.
I love that. Yeah, what are your thoughts?
I think he's nailed it. We saw how this is making me think of the game against Barcelona, 2019 UCL Champions League, right? We saw Mohamed Salah out. The only person we had there was Sadio Mane. Bobby Firmino was out. We saw how these were key factors. And, if you look at last weekend, the game that we played, we were having difficulties finishing, honestly. Cody Gakpo tried shots. Nunes came, did some changing. Luis Diaz is on form. He's on form right now. He's great, but the shots are not going in. He's doing everything he can, right? And but the key thing is Jerome mentioned here. Those players, it doesn't matter who's playing. We saw against Barcelona, Gini Wijnaldum came in. He acted like who can I mention? He came in. He was playing everywhere. He was playing like he was the number 9. We saw how James Milner was doing. Trent Alexander-Arnold, how he was doing. I remember, I don't know how old he was, but then he was really young. Was it 19 or something? But Anfield made that game special. Like the crowd was going wild from the minute the whistle went off. It was going crazy. The Barcelona players, they couldn't hear anything. And I feel like that's how this weekend is going to be. And with Klopp leaving as well, makes that exponentially difference. So you can see, like, I'm waiting right now to see the pre-match um, interview with Klopp, and there will be a line he will say the fans needs to go crazy. Trust me, he's gonna mention.
War cry. The
Yeah,
war cry.
yeah, he's gonna do it. And after a while, he'll just turn onto them, keep going, keep going. And Anfield just has that electric moment. I know Man City, they've gotten back Haaland. We see what he's done past weekend. De Bruyne is back, but Anfield is going to play that game, not the players. So
Okay, so as Jerome mentioned, the upcoming fixtures, I think it's just perfect time that we're going to it, right? So these are the fixtures coming up in the next couple weeks. We can talk about them, the next 2 or 3, like however you guys want to do it. But based off the running, what are you guys feeling and thinking?
Arsenal have the hardest running.
100%.
Arsenal definitely. And you look at when they have to play Manu. Manu haven't been great this season. But let's look at their last from about Tottenham. All right, they have Aston Villa, and then they have Wolves away. They have Tottenham and North London Derby away. All right, fine, they have Bournemouth at home. We'd expect them to win that. Manchester United haven't been great, but that's an away game as well.
And
Then they have
Manchester United at the end of the season, yeah.
And then we have Everton, who will 90% chance probably will be fighting to stay up. And it's the worst. I always say, when you're in a tight race, sometimes the relegation teams are the worst teams to play. What you want, teams that you want to play, is a team that's guaranteed to be safe and aren't really fighting for everything. If you're playing a team that's fighting to stay up, it's usually the worst time to play those teams. Game week 35, 36, 37, 38, because those teams are going to give everything to stay up. They play a team like Everton. If they're in a dogfight to stay up, it's not going to be an easy game. And then you have the Chelsea. People can say why Chelsea have been poor this season. But again, it's still a derby. It's still a London derby. So I think if you look at Arsenal's fixture, they have the toughest one. We have a tough one as well. Because you look at the game that we have on the last day, if it goes down to the final day, we have a Merseyside derby against Everton. And I just talked about Everton. And then, we also have Aston Villa in there. They will probably be fighting for top 4 or to try and get Europa League. We don't know how the next results will go. We have Tottenham. But if you realize the key factor in all of these fixtures is Tottenham. So Tottenham is going to be one of the deciding factors. Who can Tottenham get a point off? Can they probably get that point off City for us? We don't know. But it's going. There's a lot of twists to be turned. I don't see any team, not even Man City, going through this run winning every game. So I think there's a lot of twists to be had. I think Liverpool have points to be dropped. I don't want it to be the case. I want us to win all of the games, go down to game week 38. But realistically speaking, with the injuries that we have and with how tough this league is, I think there are points to be dropped for all teams, and it's just about who can finish to the end. It's going to go down to the last day for us.
So yeah, what are your thoughts on?
Um,
You mentioned Liverpool and Arsenal, but Man City, I feel like Jerome is trying not to talk about the Man City running because it's so easy. It is so easy. Those last four fixtures, even Tottenham, we know that Tottenham is Man City's bogey team, so I don't really count that one. But all the rest, Liverpool, Arsenal, after they get over that, they're okay. So I want to hear what your thoughts are.
Nah, I was just looking at the Man City one. The next 2 weeks will be their hardest when they're playing, and they have Champions League in hand to semis and all that. But they have Arsenal right after playing Liverpool, and then they have Aston Villa. Like you mentioned, Aston Villa. We don't know what they're going for, but they're going for something. They're going for something. And we've seen, even though Crystal Palace is not doing, Luton Town, I was gonna say will be something hard, but it's at the Emirates. Luton Town, when you're playing them at their home, it's hell for you. But they're playing Nottingham Forest away. That game too, I think, will be a difficult game if they're not careful. They'll probably lose a point, 2 points there if they're not careful. But the next of the games will be a bit, but Liverpool and Arsenal really have to be really, really careful, or else they will lose a lot of points. Arsenal have Man U, Everton, Chelsea. Everton will be dying to go up. We have them the last the last game of the season.
Well, no, those three on the bottom are to be decided. They're being rescheduled because of FA Cup, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Like
So
your last game is Wolves at home, which I don't worry about
yeah,
too much. But I think that Villa and Tottenham game, West Ham as well. Jerome, I feel like you're overconfident with that run of fixtures. To be
No,
honest.
no, I'm not overconfident, man.
You cannot look at those Man City fixtures and think that there's not a little bias going on with the supercomputer.
but definitely, but think about it. That's why I said it comes on. We have to win this game. This just adds to my point that we can't draw. We
Yeah,
can't.
no. If you draw, you lose.
We have to win
You
this
just
game.
lose the title race. Like,
You look at let's look at the last three games that they have: Wolves, Fulham, and West Ham. The chances are all three teams will be in the middle of the table, and usually they want a mid-table team to play at the end of the season because they aren't fighting to stay up and they aren't fighting for Europe. They're chilling on the beach. They're the easiest teams to play at the end of the season, and Man City have three teams who are more likely going to be in mid-table. So
well, no, I think West Ham might give them a fight, but Wolves and Fulham, they're going to be and Forest are going to be cake.
West Ham no, and it's at the
West Ham could be fighting for top 7. Okay? Do we have to bring up the table as well?
yeah. Let's say it.
Hold on, okay. So hold on. Before I bring up the table, can I get your predictions so there's no dead space? Predictions for the game.
for the game coming up, I'm going to go with, because Liverpool always concede, I'm going to go with 3-2 Liverpool.
At the death? Who's scoring?
All right, so who's scoring for Liverpool? I'm going to go with Luis Diaz. Mo Salah is going to come off the bench for this one. I'm not sure if he's going to be fit enough to start. I think he's going to get a goal. And I think in the 91st minute, and it's 2-2, Darwin Núñez.
I feel it, I feel the Núñez winner. I feel it. Núñez!
Yeah, man. 3-2. Late winner.
All right, yeah.
Thinking about the last 5 games, it will be a low scoring game. I'll go with a 2-1 to Liverpool. Liverpool winning by 2.
You guys have his confidence, Okay, let me bring up the screen.
But listen.
Mm-hmm.
Núñez, he'll bag a goal for sure.
Mm-hmm.
No, I believe that.
It's coming hot.
Okay. So this is the table currently as it stands.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So what are your thoughts now? Because if you look at West Ham are on 42 points, right? And they're fighting for that top. They're in 7th place, bro. Like, don't sleep on West Ham right now, bro. With Bowen,
You know,
the
you
table
know,
is tight.
this is kind of off topic, but I'm not going to be long. This Premier League is a little bit shady. What are West Ham and Manchester United doing in European places? If you've watched West Ham this season, especially for the past 6-7 games, West Ham have been poor. I mean, they started off well, and I mean, they have some good players. Don't get me wrong. Kudos, word pros. And then you look at Manchester United, who have lost 11 games already this season and are still in 6th position. No, man, something is going on with this league, man. I don't get it.
Corruption.
I don't get it, man.
Or it needs to be investigated.
But yes, going back here, right?
Yeah.
So you really think, Jerome, that you guys are going to come out victorious with this fixture running?
I have to believe.
Okay.
Do it for club. We have to do it for club. We
Okay.
have to do it.
It's called The Last Dance.
Yeah, we have to.
Remember your game that is just going to be fit into one of your fixtures is Everton away.
Yeah.
I'm just putting that out there in the space, bro. Because
Another-
you know that game. You must know that game is not predictable.
Yeah, another thing I wanted to kind of put in the circle as well. I think because of the injury issues that we've had this season and the fact that, Klopp announced that he's leaving, I think we're going to put all our eggs into the title. I wouldn't be surprised if we lost to Manchester United in the cup. I wouldn't be surprised. And I honestly, at the start of the season I was telling people, all right, we're going to walk the Europa League. We're by far the best team in that competition. But now, looking at the situation with the league, I think we're going to prioritize this league and we're going to throw all our eggs in the basket for this league. So that's something I want to put out there.
Bro, I just think it's so close, bro. It's so it's marginal. It's marginal.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like you guys have the worst set of fixtures, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because people have been saying it's Arsenal, but it's not true.
No.
It's not true. We've been walking teams, bro. And Villa is a concern. But I'm not concerned about Tottenham, bro. Like, it's not a game. I don't feel like those kinds of derbies are predictable games.
That's the point. That's why you should be concerned.
No, but you can't, because, bro, that's like losing sleep after something that you have no control over, bro. If you get what I mean, it's like, why am I going to lose sleep about it? But Man City's fixtures, bro.
Yeah, Man City have the best fixtures for sure.
Yeah.
There's no question about that.
They get through these 3 weeks and they're chilling.
Yeah. That's
Bro,
why.
if they even get 7 points out of this.
But I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think they're going to beat Arsenal.
I don't know.
I don't think they're going to beat Arsenal.
They haven't come good against us at home
No,
in time. And if it's the current setup we have, the team that we put out last game, I don't think they can beat it.
Yeah.
If Saliba and Gabriel come out as they should, right, and Declan Rice has a good game, I don't think they can beat us.
Yeah, and the run Arsenal has been having, it's one of the best right now.
But remember that 3-week international break. Don't forget about it. Don't forget about it. 3 weeks of international break and then we come back. Because look at the space between the games. March 9 and 10, then March 31.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This is something I want to kind of identify from a tactical perspective to kind of give an insight. One of the things I've noticed with Man City, we know how beautiful. If you watch the game against Manchester United, how well they move the ball and how quickly they were able to move the ball. But one of the things that we've noticed with Manchester City, especially in the last few games, they are there to be caught on the counter.
Oh, yes.
Leave out the space behind.
It's terrible this season, bro.
This is what I'm banking on. I remember the game that we played where we defeated them 1-0 and Salah got that goal because of Joao Cancelo error last season. I remember that game where we won that 1-0, and Liverpool were great last season. It was a performance. It was more of a Sean Dyche performance. It
Yeah.
was Liverpool that went out there to kind of press on the front foot. We were a lot more defensive, and you know what? We have the pace. We have the Salahs, and we have the players in attack who can get forward quickly. All we need, I think it's going to be a similar performance and a similar approach. Let Man City have the ball. Let's not try to play football against Man City. Let them have the ball. Let's just be defensively resolute, mark the runners. Players like Bernardo Silva and De Bruyne who will be looking to sneak into those little spaces. Special attention on Haaland as well. And once we get the ball, we need an outlet, a player like McAllister, who can get that ball forward quickly. To our players who will be running, Nunes, Salah, Diaz. We know how quick these guys are. Can get these guys in spaces, and if these guys can be clinical with their chances, Man City are going to have a hard time because they do leave that space for teams to come to them. So that's
But
what.
also remember that Pep will give back on some of his tactics for a game like this.
Of
Remember
course,
when they came to the Emirates and parked the bus? Bro,
Yeah.
I'll never forget that, bro. I could not believe it. De Bruyne and Haaland on the counter attack. Just don't forget that, bro. It's
But-
going to be a tactical.
And then this is the thing. If they come to Liverpool and park the bus, I think they're going to shoot themselves in the foot.
I don't know about that, bro.
No, I'm going to tell you why. The Man City team this year, in terms of the individual players, don't have the pace to really kill a team on the break that much. They
True.
don't have that pace. If you look at the individual players, they had it last year with players like Mahrez. And of course, they do have like a player like Haaland who can do it. But if you look at outside of Haaland, they don't really have the specific players to really kill a team on the counter with that blistering pace. And we know we have, if Konate and Van Dijk are playing, we know those guys aren't easy to pass. Yes, we can see chances, but they will have to be really clinical. So the players, the personnel that Man City have, don't really have that pace in terms of the attacking players to really kill a team on the counter. So if they come and decide going to park the bus and counter, they might shoot themselves in the foot and they might find themselves in a sticky position because who is going to lead the counter? Doku. Doku is trying to beat a man 1v1 all the time. Doku isn't trying to play direct.
True.
So at the end of the day, we see how it goes.
All right, so to wrap it up, just your overall expectations for the rest of the season. You started diving into your predictions, Jerome.
Mhm.
But yeah, I want to hear your expectations for the rest of the season. Because you do have the Europa League, you do have the FA Cup. You guys could win. No, 4. You could win the worst quadruple possible, but Europa League, Europa League. But I'm just asking, what are your expectations for the rest of the season?
Oh man, it's gonna be good football. It's gonna be really, really good football to watch. Listen, I'll be watching games that's Liverpool games. In May, April, May, when school will be all packed up, time to just decompress from school. But it will be an interesting 7 to 8 weeks that will be coming. But in a way, I just can't wait to see Liverpool lift it.
So I'm just asking the last question I want to give you guys to end this amazing episode. We should definitely do this again. But what I want to hear it in terms, what is at stake in this game? Man City versus Liverpool. Win, lose, or draw, I want to hear what your expectations are. If you win the game, then that. If you lose the game, then that. If you draw the game, then what? Let me hear it. Jerome, take it first. And then, and then we'll wrap up.
I already said it, and I'm sticking by it. Whoever wins this game is winning the league. It's as simple as that. This is the title decide up.
And if you draw?
If it's draw, I think Man City would edge it if the game draws. Because of the fixtures that they have and because of the injuries that we have, I think if we give Man City the advantage, any advantage at all to catch us up, they're going to pass us. So we have to win. So if it's not a win, Man City will take the lead.
But then if let's say it's a draw and then they play us. You said that your prediction is that they're going to lose against us, right? What do you think from there?
I think Man City still are going to win. I'm expecting Arsenal to crumble at some point.
Okay.
The reason why I am so hard on Arsenal and Arsenal fans don't like me is because I don't see Arsenal have that team in terms of they're a talented team. They play really good football, entertaining to watch. I'm not saying that Arsenal are a bad team, but they say this aspect. I still believe that some of the players in that team don't have it as yet. That hunger, that fight, that little roughness. I think everybody too nice. The Arsenal side, everybody nice.
Oh boy, Jerome cut out. All right, yeah. Tell me, what's your expectation? Win, lose, draw.
I feel like even if it's a win, it'll still be because of of the fixtures. I'll still be hanging. I wouldn't say we're going to lift it like Jerome. He's confident. He loves Liverpool. I love Liverpool too. But I'm gonna be realistic and be like, even if we win this game, because of our fixtures, it's possible to drop points. It's possible to drop points. So, you can't call it until the last couple games. Even those ones, what happened to Man City and Man U when Aguero scored that goal. In 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, Man U lost the cup. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. But win will give us a better chance to win it.
So, are you as resolute that Arsenal will not have a chance to win the
No.
Premier League?
Yeah. No. I don't think they'll win it. Is it that Man City or Liverpool? And Man City has more chances right now. But if Liverpool wins it this weekend, Liverpool will have more chances than Man City. And by more chances, it's not like I'm talking about the difference being like 10. It's like just a little more than Manchester City. So
Okay, you have an intramural game in 5 minutes. So I think you have to hop off of this.
yes,
But
sir.
people, thank you so much for watching this episode. It was one of my favorites in a while. Two of my good friends here. And yeah, if follow us if you thought we deserved it with this great content. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you feel so kind, buy us a coffee. The link is in the description below. I don't care who wins, really. I'd prefer Liverpool winning, but it doesn't matter to me. But we'll talk about it after it's done. Until next time.
Yeah.
Big up Gunnaz Podcast.
The Gunnaz Podcast.